What is going on, my peeps? Man, Versatile is back with another video. Back here to talk about headshot photography and how I have been able to venture into that and the tools that I've used and that are essentially necessary when you're limited in scope in terms of the amount of tools you can have. And one of the main things that I used going into headshot photography is this, a 5-in-1 deflector. Yes, you guys may not know, but this is almost too essential for headshot photography. And one of the places I was able to definitely use this technique on was with Amazon. Yes, Amazon and I was able to get together and do some headshots for HR and, you know, the warehouse. So again, thank you Amazon for that opportunity. And now we get to talk about it here. So before we do, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys I don't know why I was trying to fold it back up. I would appreciate if you guys could enact the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so you never miss my videos. That way we can sit back and see what's cracking. Wow. And comment down below if you guys have additional techniques when you're limited in scope in terms of tools on how you can make the most out of your headshot photography setup. Now let's get into the video. The first setup I went with, because it was around 10 a.m. in the morning when we started and the sun was directional and it was not above, was using this side right here, the reflector side, the silver reflector side. This easily bounces light from the sun or from the sky right onto the subject, and as long as you have it at the right angle and appropriate to the height of the person or the face of the person, you'll get even illumination across the side, the shadow side of the face. That way it makes the face come out much more even and much more toned in the right way, so that way you get a great shot. And of course in post you edit, make some adjustments to really bring out the highlights and the beauty of the subject that you were shooting. One of the things that I started running into was, as time went on, because I shot about almost 40 people, was that throughout the day, of course, the sun positioned itself higher and higher until it hit harsh light. So what did I do then? I used the diffuser. And that's the beautiful part about this 5-in-1, is you can use this also as a light. You can use this to bounce light as well, right? You know, if I want to hold it right here and try to bounce light on my face, or if I want it to kind of bounce a little light on this side of my face, I can still use this as a reflector or deflector. But this is a diffuser, meaning all I gotta do is do this, and as you guys see, the light heavily relaxed, it toned down some and softened the light even more. Well, imagine being outside shooting headshots and the sun being directly above. Now the harsh lighting on the face creates a ton of shadows, does not really help the subject stand out the way you or the subject wants it to. Had my production assistant or my wife hold it right over their head like this, instantly evened out the light on the person's face, and we were able to get good photos that way. And that's how I shot the rest of the day, with it above the subject, and of course making sure it stays evenly across, that way the light fall off from above, you know, still does not hit their body in a specific way, so that way the headshots come out just fine. And that's how I was able to do my headshot photography session with Amazon. Yes, there's many different light setups, there's many different inside studio or in studio, or essentially, yes, interior setups for headshot photography. But one of the things that you can excel at, making sure that the background is blurred out, right? Use the bokeh to your advantage. Also, I shot real wide open. At first I was testing with 2.8 and then I dropped down to aperture 1.8, and the lens I was using that helped create that compression look that I wanted to for the headshots, where it helped limit everything that needed to visually be seen while giving beautiful bokeh or background blur, was Sony's 85 1.8 lens. And together with that, the deflector or diffuser, I was able to achieve great looks for each individual subject that I shot at Amazon. So some tips, as we mentioned: use a diffuser, use a reflector, especially if you're outside. You won't necessarily need an additional light source, because your light is motivated from the sun or from the sky. And thankfully when we shot, it was cloudy too. So when the clouds rolled over, still using the diffuser helped still soften the light from above to evenly exchange light across the face. So that's why the diffuser is very, very good. Diffuser, deflector. And the deflector works too, because if you can get your hands on 2 5-in-1s or 2 deflectors, you can use the diffuser as one, and then you can use the deflector or reflector to actually bounce additional light onto the face, just to give it that much more pop and illumination. So you can actually use 2 in advance, or depending on what kind of C-stand or clamps you have for your reflector, if you can find a way to clamp the source, you know, open, which would be hard. If you can find a way to clamp it open, you may not actually have to invest in another one. But granted, these are only like $15, so they're inexpensive options or tools to actually improve your technique in headshot photography. So if you can use a diffuser for one, and then use a deflector to add additional light, you create a very, very seamless outside studio for headshot photography. And of course, making sure both you and the client that you're shooting with understands what you're trying to create, making sure they understand what you're trying to do. If they are okay with that, that definitely adds to the experience, and making sure that they understand or will like certain aspects of the background that may be part of the background. What I did was actually shot across from the parking lot in front of the building, so that way the building was the background. And for some shots, depending on the height of the person or just making some slight adjustments, some clients had part of the Amazon blurred out in the background of the picture, which added some flavor to their specific profile pictures. And then others was just, you might see some green blurred out because of some bushes, or conveniently, the very thing that we agreed on to have some parking spots blocked out, we had some cones, and you see some little orange pieces here and there, but it doesn't take away from the image because they're completely blurred out. You can't even make out what it is. Had I not told you, you might be able to guess, but you actually don't realize that's exactly what those are in the background. So shout out for Amazon for the experience. And shout out for a lot of photographers that have helped me understand, or through their YouTube videos or even Instagram, understand that it's the simplest of setups that often provide the best results. Not to knock more sophisticated setups, but when you can keep it simple, you can get great results, and it's just a matter of manipulating light. So a shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody, right? Like this is what motivates me to be able to come on here and talk to you guys about what I'm doing and things that I'm learning, so that way I can help you guys understand what I do. And or if you're kind of experimenting and playing around with this as well, you guys get some ideas and tips for you guys as well. So shout out to you guys again. Shout out to Amazon. Shout out to the experience. And that's how you can use just a deflector and a diffuser to obtain and or create great headshot photography experiences. So comment down below if you guys have any additional tips, lighting sources, lighting techniques to help enhance and improve those experiences. I'm always in the room for learning, and who knows, other people in the comment section may also look for those comments as well. So again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so that way you never miss my videos. Then we can sit back, chillax, see what's cracking. But your man Versal signing out, and until the next video, wait for it.